Thank you for listening. You can reach Deborah at Deborah K.
Hey, everybody. Welcome this evening. Oh, God, I had a little bit of a start-off technology issue there. I think Mercury is in retrograde. Anyway, this is Kim Boudreau-Smith, and I'm broadcasting live through the Bold radio station. This is a 5-star turnkey done for you for women entrepreneurs who've always wanted to have a radio show but without all the fuss and muss and the technology knowledge involved. So reach on out to me at boldradiostation.com if you are interested in that. Tonight it is Lead Her Up As In, Women on the Rise. And it's Mindful Motivational Monday. I cannot wait to bring my guest out. I'm really excited, just very, very excited. I'll get to that in a minute. As you all know, back in December 20th, I launched Bold is Beautiful, your kindness, beauty, and strength. And I brought together 27 women from around the world. And we took that book on December 20th and we turned that into an international bestseller. And a couple days later, we got the news from Amazon that we hit #1. So we became #1 international bestselling authors. Well, I'm in the process again of another book, Bold is Beautiful 2. And no, that's not the title. It's Bold is Beautiful, The Bare Truths of Owning a Business. And that will be out we just pushed the date out, in June, beginning of June. I'm really excited about that. If you want more details about that or would like to become a co-author, it's a beautiful opportunity. Reach out to me on my other website at kimboysmith.com. Just fill out the contact sheet and I will get back with you via email. I'll get back with you and we can set up a conversation to talk. Becoming an international best-selling author is an amazing journey, not to mention the connections, the sisterhood, the collaborations that is all involved with these books. So I hope to hear from you. Anyways, enough of me. And I do want to say one other thing. I'm going to be in Mexico on Wednesday, and I cannot wait because I live in Michigan, and this winter is hanging on. In fact, my guest lives in Ohio, not far from me, and I'm sure her winters are hanging on down there too as well. But anyways, so let's move forward here. My guest, Tina Hobson. Tina is presently a licensed social worker in the state of Ohio and a successful Avon leader. However, Tina is most proud of her ownership of Tina's Glory LLC, which provides quality human hair weave. Oh, I can't wait for all of us to learn about this. Tina's greatest accomplishments to date still amaze her. It's the fact that God pulled her up from 25 years of, listen to this everybody, 25 years of drug addiction to become a successful talk show hostess and a business owner. Tina speaks publicly and advocates for women's rights, including prevention of domestic violence, along with sponsoring and hosting women's empowerment events. Today, she enjoys living life and believes that it's never too late. So please, oh my God, I'm so excited. Tina Hobson, come on down. I'm excited to have you here tonight.
Oh, Kim, thank you so much. Ashley, and I want to just give a shout out to Toni Coleman Brown. She was the one who actually divinely connected us on her show a month or so ago, and I was so impressed with your show with her that I just had to get in contact with you, and in doing so, here I am tonight. So I want to thank Toni, and I hope she's on the show. She's on the call so she can hear this.
Yes.
And meeting you and talking with you and just this connection, it means the world to me. I want to thank you so much for having me on your show tonight.
Well, I'm so excited, Tina, that you are on. I'm so excited that you were part of Toni Coleman Brown is a co-author and colleague of mine back from the first anthology book I got involved in it was launched last April. And her and I have kept in touch, and I'm looking forward to collaborating and doing some other things with Tony in the future. But Tony asked me to step into a telesummit, and you were one of the listeners in the telesummit, and that's how we got connected. And I was just so flattered that you reached out, and here we are tonight. Now we're connected. And so, Tina, if you don't mind, I want to jump right on in because I know you're coming out of a weekend. We kind of strategized and planned this evening because of the phenomenal weekend that you had. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you take it over. I want you to tell the listeners what you did this past weekend and what the weekend was all about and how it ties into you and your business.
Well, Kim, when you introduced me, and I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction, and it never fails to send chills through my body when I think about where God has brought me. You know, you mentioned those 25 or so years of totally active drug addiction and everything that went with it. So many things went with it. All the illegal aspects of it, all the immoral aspects of it, neglect and abuse in both directions. I gave it, I took it, I experienced it, I handed it out. But on November the 1st, 1989, I remember the last words that I said on that night was, just God help me. My thoughts were just, I felt unnecessary, I felt unworthy, I felt unloved, mostly unloved by myself. I felt disrespected. I felt lost. I felt lost. And he answered my prayers almost immediately. And my journey to where I'm at today, it actually landed me in a mental institution. It had gotten that bad. That was the answer that God provided to me. He put me in, even though it was a mental institution, it was a safe and secure place for me to be able to sit down, reflect, to meditate, to hear his voice, to be able to ask him questions, and continue to plead for him to bring me out of this, because I was actually sick and tired of being sick and tired of myself. So I that part of my life, I have to tell it because, people might look at me today and think I'm all that, but I'm only all that because of the grace of God. He delivered me, he set me free, and here I am today to be able to help other women who might be going through what I went through, or might be on the cusp of getting into some type of addiction or activity that is not conducive to living a full life the way I'm living it today. So I'm just praying that my testimony will help somebody on this call tonight to know that no matter where you've been in life, no matter what you've done, no matter how you felt, there is hope, and you can do anything in life that you want to do. It is possible.
Anything is possible, huh, Tina?
Yes. So I just really wanted to stress that. And as a result of all of that, this weekend, Kim, it was so awesome. It was so awesome. Myself, in conjunction with my parent company, Black Pride Beauty Corporation, out of Detroit, Michigan, we had been in the planning stages of Cleveland's first annual, which means there are going to be more, first annual Black Pride Beauty Comb and Weave Hair Show. We had talked about the challenges of planning an event long distance, but in the end, all the results were spectacular. Everything came together. We had hairstylists, battles of the stylists. We had beautiful runway models who modeled the hair. It wasn't a fashion show. It was a hair show. We had young models. We had more seasoned female models. We had stylists from all over the city of Cleveland, male and female. In fact, the person who won the battle of the stylists one of our male stylists. And it was so exciting. It was so exciting. The purpose of this hair show was to actually help me launch my own Tina's Glory hairline, which Black Pride Beauty allowed me to do. The owner and CEO of Black Pride Beauty, Deborah Glass, she was in attendance. We had guests from all over the country, from Atlanta, Georgia, from New York City, from Detroit, Michigan, all over the place, all over Ohio, Columbus, Cincinnati. We had a phenomenal turnout, and like I said, the results were that people were able to see our key product, the comb and weave, for what it really is, a very user-friendly hair weave that anybody can use, any stylist can put in, and just make your life so much more carefree. It's an on-the-go hair weave. It's not permanently attached to your hair. There's no glue, no sew, no clip-ins. So at the end of the day, I always laugh when I come in. At the end of the day, I kick my shoes off and I kick my hair off, and I'm free. I'm free to be me.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, the product has saved my hair, allowed it to grow back in its natural state after wearing different types of wigs and different types of hair extensions over the years. I'm 61 years old, so I've been experimenting for quite a while. But unfortunately, the end result was major hair loss. It was major hair loss. So when I was introduced to Black Pride Beauty in April of 2013, and I saw this concept, I jumped on it right away.
So Tina, I'm going to jump in here. Okay, so tell me, are you okay, I'm looking for the word. Hang on. I cannot believe I'm lost for a word. Are you okay? Your business. You are a business owner. Are you a rep for this hair weave, or do you actually own the business underneath a company? Or explain that to me.
Okay, Kim. I started out as a consumer. I saw the product. I loved it. I saw the benefits of having this product for my own personal use. I became a customer. From there, the business opportunity to be a distributor came into play. So what I did, I upgraded from being a preferred customer to a platinum member.
Okay.
Which allowed me to actually be a distributor.
Okay.
Buy my product at an astonishing discount, and it allowed me to bring other people into the business and benefit from, with bonuses from bringing people in and receiving residual income when my customers or my preferred customers or platinums, whoever I signed up into the business, I also get residuals from the hair that they buy. What Deborah Glass did, she offered us the opportunity to take it one step further. Mm-hmm. We call it a stylist package, where I was actually allowed to put the hair, not the comb and weave, because it's patented specifically to her, but I could still sell the product. But our traditional weave, I was actually allowed to brand it for myself. And I saw that as the perfect opportunity to have a company with my name on it. Black Pride Beauty is still my distributor, okay? They still support me in every single aspect of my business. But after buying into the stylist package, I was able to design my own logo. I was able to put the name Tina's Glory to it. I registered my name with the state as an LLC. I've got my Dun and Bradstreet number. I created my business plan. I've got my goals set up, and I'm just ready for it to expand. I'm ready for it to meet my dreams and goals.
So did this weekend help you meet your dreams and go? Did it give you that momentum to really fly out the door?
Yes, it did, and I'm going to tell you exactly how that did it. With having the CEO here and her explaining up close and personal how this company works and the benefits of being a member in our free membership is just that. You can sign up as a preferred customer for free and receive a discount on the hair that you buy, and then you can upgrade to the other levels. But with that explanation and them seeing this product up close and personal in that type of an arena, because we were in a ballroom, we had vendors, we had the hairstylists, we had the runway models, we had the demonstrations, we had the hair competition. You know, the excitement of that atmosphere just sparked so much enthusiasm. So at the end of the day, what happened, the guests were able to fill out a survey and an application to become members and to actually, and it wasn't just exclusively for me, but all of the other Black Pride Beauty Consultants, Platinum members, whoever they invited, were able to sign up, and we will get back with them to give them, one-on-one consultation on how they can actually become a member of Black Pride Beauty.
Okay.
And for me, I've got a folder full of names and numbers for follow-up. One thing I love about what I'm doing too is that I actually do private hair parties. So you can ask me to come into your house and meet with your guests on a small group basis, and I'll do that. And that's been very, very successful for me. So yeah, but this weekend it took me to another level. Wow. Because it allowed people to see me, see how the business has worked for me, the benefits of it, and how it can work for them also.
Wow, that's amazing. You had a really power-filled weekend, and as business owners, you and I were talking before we came live about that B12 shot in the arm, if you metaphorically speaking, and the hands up and the uplifting as business owners. We need to go to these weekends where we're around like-minded individuals, where we're feeding off of one another and creating and getting that ramped up. So, Tina, you said your age a few minutes ago, and I know how old you are because you shared it with me. You're 60, right?
Yeah, in fact, I'll have my 61st birthday this week, March the 30th. I'm so excited.
Oh, my God, girl, let me tell you something. Get out of here. If anybody, right now, everyone stop what you're doing. Go connect with Tina on Facebook and look at her picture. She does not look 60 or 61. When she first told me that, I went, no, you're pulling my leg. And not to mention, listen to all her energy. And she said in her bio, when I said it in her bio, she believes it's never too late. And 25 years of drug addiction. This is not about reinventing ourselves, people. There's some about that verbiage that just doesn't sit right with me when we talk about reinventing ourselves. This is not about reinventing ourselves. This is about taking what we have and making it better and improving and making it better and building off of our life lessons and making them better and better and better. Not reinventing, not starting over. We don't start over. We don't get to be rebirthed. So, Tina, you're amazing.
Thank you. And you're absolutely right, Kim. You cannot reinvent the wheel.
No.
I cannot undo those 25 years of addiction. I can't undo that. What I can do and what I'm doing continuously, because now I'm actually 25 years, November the 1st, I'll be 25 years clean and sober.
Oh.
Okay. So I've used that experience to help others. I'm a licensed social worker. For years, I specialized in drug and alcohol addiction counseling. I went from there into mental health counseling, which is sometimes it goes hand in hand because some of the symptoms are the same. And a lot of people who have mental illnesses also have drug and alcohol addictions because they're using the drugs and alcohol to mask the symptoms of their mental illness.
Yeah.
So they end up with a dual addiction, a problem, the addiction and the mental illness, which is a very hard thing to work with. However, it is doable, and at the end of the day, it's very, very, very rewarding to know that you've helped somebody save their lives. In fact, yesterday, Kim, I one of my former clients, and of course she remained confidential and anonymous, she walked up to me, and she had been my client maybe 20 years ago, and she looked marvelous. She walked up to me and said, Miss Tina, all of my clients that still see me still call me Miss Tina. And they just out of respect, and I love that. But I said, okay, you can just call me Tina. It's okay. But she looked at me and she said, thank you for saving my life. She admitted, she said, because of my addiction, when you were my counselor, I hated you. I did not like you. But now I know it was because it was so hard for me to swallow the truth about me and my addiction. The one thing that I pride myself is separating the person from the behavior. Those are two separate things. And I explained to her, I said, sweetheart, I loved you all the time. I hated your addiction. And when I confronted you, I was actually confronting your addiction. She said, I know that now. I know that now. And we just had the best conversation. We laughed and we hugged. It was a beautiful thing. It was beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
I use my past to accentuate my future, and my present and my future. I'm constantly building upon, what has happened in the past. I think back on the past, but I don't dwell on it. Mm-hmm. I look at it for what it is, and I use those mistakes or those errors in judgment or whatever to work on me today.
Yep. Tina, I heard you say 25 years of drug addiction, and just one day you just said to God, yeah, I need help. Direct me, show me. I need help. I need your help. And you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and being sick and tired of, yourself. And, it's so powerful when we turn in and reach up to, our higher being, whatever that is, our higher powers, if you will, whether it's God or the universe, and we ask for that. We have to be very ready for what is going to be delivered. In your case, he delivered. I mean, you went into a mental institution. You want to talk a little bit about that? How long were you in there?
Oh my God! I look back at that time, and I can actually smile about it today. Mm-hmm. Because it was my saving grace. When we ask God for help, we need to sit back and allow him to help us the way that he knows how to. I would not have chosen to be in a mental institution, but that was what I needed. It helped me to eliminate or decrease my ego, because even though I was all out there in addiction, I still felt entitled. I still felt like I was better than. If I had $1 and you only had a quarter, I'm all that, even though we were doing the same thing at the same time. But being in that mental institution, the number one thing that it taught me was gratitude. Mm. I became so grateful for what God had left me with. Out of all the things that I had lost, he had still left me with some things. He left me with my mind. He left me with still healthy. I had lost major weight, but I hadn't died, and I became grateful for that. Kim, it was one night in that institution that I really, really wanted to thank God for saving me. Mm. And I'm in my room. I'm all by myself, and it's what those in 12-step programs call a spiritual experience. But I still got this little ego going on. So I for once in so many years, I actually wanted to pray. I wanted to pray. Not because I was in trouble, not because I was trying to get out of a situation, not go to jail, or not get kidnapped, or not overdose or anything. I actually wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to pray. But Kim, I had forgot how to. I did not know a prayer. I did not know. I didn't know that when I said God help me was a prayer. I didn't know that. But I wanted to say, because I had this ego, I wanted to say a prayer that was going to open up the sky and God was going to float down and pat me on the back for wanting to turn my life around. He said, oh no, baby girl, I can't do that. What he did, I'm in this room by myself, and I knew to get on my knees. I knew that much of it. I remembered that much of it. And these words started to come out of my mouth. And it was, Lord, I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Kim, that was my baby prayer.
Yep.
I was taught that prayer when I was a little bitty girl. And I'm like, where in the world are these words coming from? If I had remembered that prayer, I would not have said it because I'm an adult. I'm grown. I don't need to say no baby prayer. But the message that God gave me that night in that dark room, yes, he was there. The message was, I have to make you childlike. I have to rebuild you. You have to now become like a ball of clay so I can shape you, mold you, bend you into the person that I purposed you to be in the first place. And from that day forward, Kim, I've been on a journey. I was, initially, I got to be honest, I resisted being there. But as time went by, I enjoyed the fact that I had other people around me who loved me unconditionally, who wasn't looking for anything. I didn't have to pay them to be my friend. I stayed in that institution for 21 days. The last 7 or 10 business days of that stay, they actually allowed me to go to outpatient drug treatment. And when they found an inpatient bed for me in that treatment program, they transferred me from the institution to 90 days in inpatient treatment. So actually I did like 4 months institutionalized, but it was the best institutionalization that could have ever happened to me. I had been incarcerated before. That wasn't good. Okay, but this institutionalization actually is what saved my life.
That's amazing. I mean, that's just amazing, Tina. I'm just so speechless at what you're saying. It's just, I want to come back around 2 things, gratitude and meditate. We move so fast, we don't slow down long enough to listen, to quiet our minds, to really turn into our hearts and soul. And that's what I heard you were doing with your gratitude and the meditating when you were in that institution. Do you still currently meditate?
Oh, I can't not meditate. And part of my meditation is my having gone back to creating vision boards. I have a Facebook group, the I Am a Superwoman 2014 Virtual Vision Board Celebration Group. I started this group in December of last year. And every day, Kim, I have to practice what I preach, and not just for the benefit of others, but for myself, because meditating on this board, because it's totally spiritual. The board that I did in 2012, I did a comparison. 2012, I was asking for things, material things. Through prayer and meditation, before creating my 2014 board, my whole outlook changed. So for 2014, I actually have a 2-sided vision board. One is my God side. It's asking me to give me more of him. And in turn, he told me, if you seek me, which Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom life and in prayer. And then on the other side, he told me, now put the things that you want on the other side. And when you do side one, watch me make side two materialize for you. So Kim, every day that I wake up, after I say my prayers, I go to my vision board, and one thing that I do religiously every single day, maybe for the last 2 years on Facebook, before I respond to anybody's posts or comments or pictures, I write something great is happening, and I started out kind of selfishly. My first year was something great is happening in my life today. I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. God told me, no, that's selfish. He had me change it to something great is happening in our lives today. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. And then he had me to start adding Bible scriptures to that mantra. And every single day, I don't care what time I get up, what if I go to bed late, I'll do it the night before. But every single day, I'm putting that one mantra out on Facebook every day. And somebody asked me one day, well, don't you get tired of putting that same old thing out every day? I said, does it look like I get tired of living? This is what God gave me to do. And that's my assignment. with him giving me what I want, it also, the responsibility comes with an assignment. This is my assignment. And there has not been a day that I've posted on Facebook that somebody hasn't responded. Either personally, they might inbox me, they might like it, they might make a comment, but somebody benefits from that phrase, that mantra, every single day of my life.
You know, I just, oh my gosh, I'm just so taken aback with everything you're sharing, Tina. The beginning with the gratitude, the meditating, you know, and the prayer, and being so sick and tired of being sick and tired, and calling in and asking for help from God, and ending up where you ended up, and you know, your attitude is so positive. And I know that day when you were placed, you know, were put into that, you know, placed into the mental institution, I know it wasn't all rosy and peachy keen, you know, because your ego was still ramping up a storm there, you know, saying things like, you know, you're better and bigger and beyond this. And I'm paraphrasing, I'm just adding things, you know, because I know how our egos can really work and keep us locked down to stay in the same comfort zone and keep doing the same old thing over and over again. So back me up here. How long again were you in the mental institution, and then into the next step after that? I know the next step was a 90-day program as well, correct?
Right. And you're absolutely right, Kim. I walked into that, well, I was drugged into that mental institution, kicking and screaming. I'm not crazy. But if you looked at me, you would have known that there was a problem. You know, there was definitely a problem. And the first week or so was not a pretty picture, because I'm still thinking I'm not crazy. I'm not like these other people. You know, they have problems. They have real problems. I'm not like them. Even though I was wearing my grandmother's, and it's so ironic that I sell hair now, I had actually stolen a wig from my grandmother in the last days of my addiction, because I just didn't have the energy to take care of myself. I hadn't bathed. I hadn't put on deodorant. I hadn't put on anything that, you know, I was your typical, what you see on TV, drug addict. Wow. But something told me one day that my hair needed to be cute. So I went to grandma's wig drawer, and I stole the wig from her. Mm-hmm. And it was, I went into that mental institution maybe weighing 105 pounds, maybe with my belt loop wrapped around me a couple of times, smelling like God knows who, what, when, or where, and wearing my grandmother's wig. Could you picture that?
No, No, again, everybody go to Facebook, look up Tina and look at what she, look at her picture. And no, I cannot picture that. And I'm glad that you are able to talk about that now and laugh about it. And it is interesting that you stole your grandmother's wig and you're in the hair business. It's so ironic how things evolve and come back around.
Okay. But yeah, I was in that mental institution for 21 days.
Okay. All
The
right.
funny part about it is that first week or so, I scratched and I screamed and I yelled and I cursed. I was not a very good patient, believe me. But guess what? When I was threatened to be put out because actually they were keeping me overtime, I was only supposed to stay there like 7 days. But I was not your normal case. But when they told me, Tina, it's time for you to leave, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. You can't make me. And with all the screaming and complaining that I did, they kept telling me the door is not locked from the inside. You can leave anytime you want. I didn't leave. I didn't leave because deep down inside, I did feel that sense of security.
Yeah.
I felt that sense of safety.
Yeah.
Kim, I had 3 meals a day.
Yep.
I had a real bed to sleep in. At the end of my addiction, I was actually living in the back of a store that I worked at. It was one of those boxes plus like a UPS store. I had lost my house. I had lost my car. I had lost everything. And I was honored enough, privileged enough to be given a cot to sleep on in the back of the store where I worked. Mm. And it was actually the owner of this store that actually transported me to the mental institution for me to get the help that I needed. Mm. He was actually a member of a 12-step program, and he had been asking me, Tina, do you think you got a problem? I said, my only problem is that you keep asking me, do I have a problem? You are my problem. But that man, Kim, he stuck in there with me. He prayed for me every day until it was his prayer that helped me pray, and God answered him. Yep. So this gentleman, he was the one who kick-started to get me to where I'm at today. And I still have communication with him all these years later, and I owed him financially, and he constantly, 25 years later, is telling me, the only pay I want from you is for you to stay clean and sober. Mm.
Yeah. Isn't that nice? Sometimes we need people like that in our lives that have such depth of beliefs in us and see so much more for us.
Yeah.
And that's all you needed, Tina, was that big, huge, swift kick in your butt, and a whole lot of loving, warm arms around you as well.
I got it. It was in the most unusual places, but I got what I got in that institution was unconditional love.
Yes, that's what you needed.
Yeah.
That's what we all need as human beings. So what's next for Tina Hobson with Tina's Glory?
Okay. Am I still here?
Yeah, are you still? Yeah, Tina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, that transition into branding my own airline came from me being a customer, upgrading to a distributor, then taking advantage of the opportunity that was in front of me to actually have a business with my own name to it. And I presented that at the hair show yesterday. And everybody was really impressed. In fact, a couple of people joined my organization last night to have their own airline branding.
Good.
So again, the Black Pride Beauty first annual Cleveland Hair Show, it was a huge success.
Great. All right. So Tina, the event is over with. So what's next for you?
What's next is planning the next one. I let everybody know. I'm gonna let the dust settle for a couple of days. I'm not because I believe in keeping that momentum going. Okay? You've got to keep the momentum going. I cannot let this die down. And in the process of planning for this event, I actually was connected to some wonderful people, my hairstylist, the models. So we are actually creating the Cleveland team. Okay, and so after this week, I'm going to call a meeting. Everybody who is signed up, who see the vision, we're going to actually start planning next year's show.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
So,
in between, we'll be doing the private hair party. So that's definitely going to be a major key point in keeping the momentum going.
okay, so I'm going to paraphrase here. And you help me out, Tina.
Okay.
For everybody that's listening, for everybody that's listening, you are looking for next year's event, you will be looking for vendors, sponsors. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And in the meantime, you are looking to grow your organization. So if anybody is interested in stepping into this organization, they should get in contact with you, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, with that being said, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you.
Well, there are several ways. Okay. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com / Tina's Glory LLC. I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com. And this name, Kim, just means the world to me because for so many years I didn't believe God liked me. I didn't believe I belonged to anything or anybody. And so my my Twitter name is twitter.com God Smiles on Me. GODSMILESONME. Because today I know through all of that I went through, he was still there. You know, he was just waiting for me to ask him for help. And when I did, he showed up. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com in Tina Hobson. And I can be reached by phone, area code 440-363-1508.
And this is a beautiful opportunity for somebody who is possibly in the hair arena, the hair industry, who wants to expand and add on to their business. Give Tina a call. Gosh, what else can I say? Okay, so you're looking for people to participate next year in this event because it's going to be an annual event, it sounds like to me. You're looking to grow your business, and you provide something for people in the hair arena, if you will, not necessarily in the hair industry, but in the hair industry, how to enhance and grow and add on to their business. And then you have the hair parties. What kind of support do you need for the hair parties?
Oh my God, for my hair parties, all I need for you to call and tell me that you've got 2, 3, 5, 10 people, whatever, who want to learn more about the hair business or see this, because I do live demonstrations. I'll come to your home. I'll come if you have a party center or what. I'll come to you, do the demonstration, get you signed up, get your guests signed up, or just make them feel good about this. Because Kim, this business, or just me personally, yes, I want people. I want to grow my team. I want to be successful financially. Yes, I do. But number one, and it's not being boastful or spooky or supernatural or superficial. I want to help other people. That's what I believe I was delivered to do. Not to just keep what I've got to myself, not just to prosper myself. I just believe it's lonely at the top. I don't want to be there by myself. I don't want to be anywhere by myself. I want this opportunity even if you don't come in the business, even if you're just a customer, to see that smile on your face, you know, that makes any event that I have successful. If nobody shows up or one person shows up and at the end of the day you've got a smile on your face, it was a successful the whole deal, the whole day was successful.
That is so wonderful to hear. You know, Tina, you're so passionate, real, authentic. You know, everybody listen to this. Tina is going to be 61 at the end of the week. She was a 25 drug addict. I know. Happy birthday, happy birthday. A 25-year drug addict living in the back of a store, lost her house, lost everything. But you know what I heard that you say that which is priceless is, number one, everyone, we as human beings are miraculous. And when we don't feel like we're loved by other people and God and the universe and all that, and more importantly, when we don't love ourselves, we hence turn to other things to bury and suppress that pain. And if you all hear what Tina's saying is, that's how she felt, and it wasn't true. It just was not true. But it took her some time, 25 years, that's okay, to ask for that help. And not only did she have the help from the grace of God, but that gentleman that you keep in touch with to really kick you, like I said, in the tushy with tender, loving care, and to really push you forward and to go through what you had to go through.
And that's so important, Kim, to give credit where credit is due. I can never tell my story, and I'm actually in the process of putting notes and things together to write my first book.
Yep.
Okay, to tell my story because it's an important story.
Yep.
What's more important is to give credit where credit is due. Now, I don't know who this quote is from, but I love it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Say that again one more time.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
That's right.
And that's what I believe, what I know is going to make my life successful, is making my life successful because I let people know that I care.
Yes. Yep. And you do. You can, you know something, this is, we're on radio live, and we're broadcasting from my studio, and I've called you into the studio, so you're not sitting here face to face with me. And we've connected through Tony's telesummit, and we've spoken on the phone, and we communicate on social media and stuff. And I've connected with some other people. And listen, if nobody can feel your compassionate way, how grounded you are and how so point blank you are with such love and compassion, people have got to be numb if they can't feel that. So Tina, I hate to do this. I knew this was going to happen. We're almost done here. I knew this was going to go by fast.
Wow, already?
Yep, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. So before we wrap this up, I would like for you one more time go through how everybody can get in touch with you, because that's so important.
Okay, thank you. I'm all over Facebook. Okay, you can go to facebook.com Tina Hobson or facebook.com Tina's Glory LLC. My Twitter handle is God Smiles on Me. I'm on LinkedIn, Tina Hobson. And if you want to reach out to me personally, please call me at area code 440-363-1508.
Yeah. So, and let's come back around. Gratitude is always the best place to start. Whenever you're feeling unwanted, beaten down, not loved, fears overriding you, start with some gratitude. I always have clients start with gratitude. Just list 5 things that you're grateful for. Start there. And maybe you only get to 3. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. That gratitude list will grow as you become stronger and stronger and stronger. And meditation. And pick your form of meditation. It could be praying. It could be sitting silently. It could be with headsets on doing a guided meditation. But pick your form of meditation. And to quiet the mind. The mind is not supposed to be completely still. Our mind is our mind. Our thoughts are our thoughts. They don't go away. But to really turn into yourself and really get to know yourself. Gosh, meditation helps with anxiety and stress. And that's just the top of it. It helps with so many things. And don't ever give up and bail on yourself. And again, I hope you can hear through the radio here that Tina is you can tell she's so passionate about herself. In turn, she's so passionate about other people. So let's wrap this back around, Tina. You need help and support next year for your annual event. You need participants, vendors, sponsors. So get in touch with her for that. You also are looking to enhance your business. You have an awesome product that can enhance someone's hair business, salon business, or I think I may be a little bit out of bounds here, but maybe somebody who's just looking to start a new business. You can turn to Tina, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes just to, it's the little things, even just if you would just become a customer, to build your self-esteem.
Yes.
Everybody wants to look good.
Yes.
Okay? And Tina's glory will make you look good.
You better be heading up here right now. I'm in Michigan. You're not far from me in Ohio.
Well, like I said, my sponsors, my backbone, Black Pride Beauty, is located in Detroit. They just arrived back in Detroit from the show here in Cleveland.
Oh, right here in my backyard. So
right there,
Tina.
And this is actually a nationwide opportunity. I even connected and scheduled a Skype hair party.
Oh.
A young lady from California.
Oh.
She said, Tina, I wish I could bring you to California for you to do a hair party for me. And instantly I said, well, we can Skype it. We can do a Skype party. And so we're in the planning stages for that. So this opportunity is even more than I expected it to be.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Like you said early on,
and
Tina.
If I could do it, anybody could do it. From my beginning to where I'm at today,
yep.
Please know again, it's never too late to live and achieve your dreams. As long as there's breath in your body, there is still time.
That's true.
Please know that.
And you said early on, anything is possible. So, Tina, thank you so much for being on the show. You'll have to come back on when you get as you get closer. Come back around. That's a little far off, but when you get closer to your event again, we can do some promotions from the radio show, and you can bring on some. Maybe a vendor or two, or some of the people that have expanded their business and they've got involved in your business. We can bring some of them on and we can have one big huge party show.
That would be great.
Won't that be fun? Won't that be fun? So Tina, if you could just sit tight for me in my green room and just hang tight, I'm going to wrap up this show. I thank you. Oh my gosh, I thank you so much. And Tony Coleman Brown for having that telesummit and connecting us. You are one heck of an amazing guest, and you're one heck of an amazing woman. Listen, anyone listening, I'm going to tell you all right now, if you are telling yourself, oh, well, Tina did it because she had blah, blah this or blah, blah that, I'm going to tell you right now, knock the crap off, because anybody can do it and anything is possible. But get yourself some help and surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with the others that see the belief in you to keep pulling you up and moving you along and standing by your side and giving you the kick when you need the kick and giving you the hug when you need the hug. We're not deserted islands. We cannot do this stuff alone. So gather that up. So again, Tina, amazing guest. Thank you so much for being on Lead Her Up as in Women on the Rise. You are amazing. You are one heck of a role model.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
Thank you for allowing me to tell my story
Yeah.
that is continuously unfolding before my very eyes. Thank you for this opportunity. God bless you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, sit tight. Let me close down the show here. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Another Monday evening, Women on the Rise. Lead Her Up as in Women on the Rise, Bold, Mindful, Motivational Mondays. There will not be a show next Monday. I will be traveling, so there will be no show next Monday, but stay tuned for the following week. And there will be no, my other show this Thursday, which is Bold Biz Tips Thursday. We will not have a show as well. But go to Bold Radio Station. There's other shows, though, going on, so it's not just about me. There are other shows going on, so go to Bold Radio Station and click on the schedule, and you can take a look and hear of our other hosts who have amazing shows with amazing guests. I mean, messages of come from the depths of depths. Is just, I love it. So please tune in for that. We have been saying for the last couple of weeks, a lot of new things are happening here at Bold Radio Station. We are now taking the leap into the new platform this Wednesday. So we will be broadcasting live 24/7. So when there aren't shows, there will be music playing and some other things. I've got a lot of things going on up my sleeve, and I'm really excited. I cannot wait to introduce you to all of it. So go make it a good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks.